What a beautiful event. I actually bumped into my dance teachers. I haven't seen them in 20 years, Cookie and John. They're the reason why I had the strength and courage to become a Pussycat doll. And Robin, well, she took the reins and, well, she changed my life forever. It was truly such an honor to be asked to present the Dance Icon Award to such a strong, beautiful, innovative, and fearless visionary, who happens to be one of my dearest friends. Not only is she incredibly talented, but she is also deeply loved and respected by her friends and family, the Antins, who have unparalleled support for one another, especially from their beautiful mother, Brenda, who is looking down proudly from heaven today and every day. From dancer to choreographer and directing to producing to owning one of the coolest dance studios on the planet, Playground, yeah, there's no stopping her. She, to this very day and many years to come, has influenced our pop culture with her vision and captivated audience worldwide, all while embodying her very famous motto, "Inside everyone is a Pussycat doll." Let's take a look at her iconic work. Please welcome the IDA Dance Icon of the Year, Robin Antin! Wow, oh my God.
I was watching that, I'm like, where's my friends, the routine? And Charlie's Angels, and all the things that I'm supposed to be getting an Icon Award for. But anyway, you all know, I think, why I'm here, and this is something that I have been wanting for a long time. But you know, there's so many amazing people that deserve this kind of award. You know, just being called an icon to me is like, wow. I just do what I do, and I love what I do, and I love to dance, and I dance every single day. Inspiring women and men and all genders all around the world to be who they are and do what they love and dance, no matter if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, whatever you are, just, you know, bring it all back to dance. As Kim Hale says, I introduced her to heels. Right, Kim? So, yeah, so it works. Dancing works for your mind, your body, and your soul. I lost my mom last year, and it definitely took a major toll on my family, and was, you know, something that we all had to come together and deal with, and really support each other in it, and dance really has gotten me through it and gotten me, I just say dance therapy, no matter what. So everyone, I hope I get to see you wherever you want to go, but Playground LA is the shit. So anyway, I want to say thank you so much to the Dance Industry Awards for honoring me with this incredibly special award, and to all of my friends, my family who are sitting right here that support me every single day through my life. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. So here is my story, as short as I could possibly make it. I promise you, Jackie Slight, who produced this, I promise you it will be over 3.5 minutes, but hopefully only 4 minutes, so buckle up, okay? I just want to tell you my story. Okay, so I started dancing at the age of 9. I was always very inspired by musicals, fashion, great music of all genres, thanks to my brother, Steven, who is not here tonight, he's working, and my mom, who is not with us. Mom, I love you. And my whole family, my dad is here, and my brother Neil is here. But everyone, has inspired me. They've all inspired me so much and taught me pretty much everything I know today. The only thing that they were not able to teach me is how to dance. I had to figure that out on my own. So I had the support, from everyone, and I was. None of them really ever questioned why I was always in dance class. Like, what are you doing? You're just always in dance class. It's like, that's all you want to do is dance. But what are you going to do with it? When I got to that age where it was sort of like, what are you going to be? Who knew? But they knew that I loved it so much, and I think that was just enough for them. It wasn't, trust me, I have a very opinionated family. Who is always like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you with? What are you wearing? What's your hair like? All that stuff. Anyway, so it all comes from a very caring place of love, and just, always hoping that I would turn whatever I'm doing into something that makes me happy. Cut to, I started a show from all of my inspirations that was live on stage for people to come to see, that could see me dance, that I could put myself in, my friends in, and I made the costumes. Side note, I learned how to sew from a very young age, so I made all the costumes, sewed everything by hand. My grandfather taught me how to sew, and I just put my skills to work, and that was that. Around that time, I had met Christina Applegate, and that was around in 1995, and I met her in a dance class. Who knew that she was such an amazing dancer and so talented, and I just was like, do you want to do this crazy little show that I'm thinking about? We ended up becoming roommates. To this day, we call each other roomie, and we love each other, and I think about her every day. She had a little dance studio in her garage, and I would just go down there and create dance numbers, and just kind of was like inspired by everything from Sweet Charity to all of the, a lot of Bob Fosse films, and it was something a lot of us are very inspired by, and dancers like Sid Charisse and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, and a lot of sort of those pioneers of dance that really helped create kind of what I wanted to do. And Christina loved what I was doing and said, I have this friend named Johnny Depp. I'm like, who? And he owns the Viper Room, and I think he would love what you're doing. And I was like, do you want to be in it? And she was the first of many celebrities that I ended up putting in the show and paved the way to, what the Pussycat Dolls became. And Johnny loved it. We auditioned for him. We just did one number. The next week, we were up on stage, and night after night, selling out. Carmen Electra came in. She was on board, and 8 years later, we were still performing at the Viper Room. Throughout the years, we had tons of celebrities, hearing about this wild show down at the Viper Room. They had to see for themselves. I'll always remember Carmit Bachar, who a lot of you know, amazing dancer, telling me she was going to bring Gwen Stefani to the show, and I'm like, what? You're bringing Gwen Stefani to the show? And here I am up on stage, and here she is, like, literally right here, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy, like, we're dancing, the curtain starts closing, I jump off the stage, and I'm like, Gwen, do you want to be a part of the show? She's like, I could never do this in a million years. This is like too scary for me. This is something that I'm too nervous. And I'm like, you're Gwen fucking Stefani. Like, what are you talking about? You're an icon. You're like the greatest like rock star in the world. And she was, it was just crazy. And the next thing you know, she was up on stage dancing with us and, shook us all. She was so amazing. And she really did. She was, also one of the first. And everyone from Christina Aguilera to Pink to Fergie to Kim Kardashian, Charlize Theron, Scarlett Johansson, Pamela Anderson, Paris Hilton, and the list goes on and on and on, who've graced the stage with us and helped us pave the way to really what was to become something huge. In the meantime, we were working dancers in the business, trying to make a living and doing what we were doing, and doing everything in the show. All of the girls helping me put this small little show together at the Viper Room stage, hanging the curtain, putting rhinestones on the curtain, putting rhinestones on all the costumes that I made. And, you know, the list goes on. I could not, literally could not have done it without those girls. Jessica Sutta, all of the recording group girls, and all of the girls before that, and before that. There were many incarnations before that, which ended up becoming the recording group, the Pussycat Dolls. And I had learned, thank you, I know, it's really a special thing that it turned into what it did, because it's something that I didn't. You know, I think as dancers, we all know that we just do what we love, and we don't think about, like, this is what I'm going to do. Like from when you start dancing, you just do it. You just dance, and then that's why I say, you know, you never know what it's going to become. It could become something that's just like bigger than you ever imagined, and that's really what happened for me. And I did learn that, you know, choreography was obviously, you know, a huge passion of mine. Beyond the live show, and I was lucky enough to land some really epic jobs, like a lot of the stuff that you didn't see up there, like the Friends routine and stuff like that, and Charlie's Angels, and you know, when Jimmy Fallon was the host on the Emmys and had all the comedians on there, and I did, you know, things on the Academy Awards, and I did a lot of great things. So I think that that's kind of why I'm here, not just because of the Pussycat Dolls. I think that someone finally, like, thank you, Jackie, is it you? Someone recognized it. They're like, maybe Robin should get this Icon Award. But I'm really grateful for that. And, you know, I was always one of those choreographers, too, that was kind of called on for, like, the comedy or the sexy. You know, like, I had this cover of this magazine that was, like, the Queen of Sexy. I'm like, maybe that isn't me, because when I choreographed Paris Hilton in the Carl's Jr. spot, That's Hot, I had to say, like, 5, 6, 7. On 8, you lick. And then on 5, 6, 7, you bite. Right? And that was the choreography. And then, you know, I had to kind of mirror her on a car and crawl around and be all, like, super hot and wash, you know, cover myself in suds and do all this, that she just copied me. And I did a lot of that for a lot of celebrities that weren't dancers. And Mikey Minden was my assistant for many years, who I had met, you know, when he was a child, and went on to become who he is today, which is I'm so proud of, and we're still partners in crime, which is amazing. At that point, you know, I was still doing the shows at the Viper Room. My brother Steve, who wrote and directed Burlesque, the movie, was also writing dialogue for all the celebrity MCs at the club shows, and shooting this beautiful footage. So we had met with a few record companies, and decided to land on a great opportunity and make a deal with Interscope Records and turn the live show into a recording group, the Pussycat Dolls. And that was something that I didn't plan, you know, it just happened, and it was, you know, Jimmy Iovine is someone that's a huge legend in my life that gave me the opportunity and believed in me so much, and introduced me to so many people, and, you know, the girls and everyone that really believed in this weird show that I had, that had 30 girls in the show. At that point, I had to kind of take it down to a smaller amount of girls. But Jimmy believed in me so much. He was like, you know, you're the driving force of this, and this is something that, you know, you're going to be an inspiration for so many girls, young girls and women, and at that time, you know, he hadn't said men around the world, but now I'm going to say men around the world, because, you know, it is about inspiring everyone and being who you are, and being feeling empowered, and teaching everyone about you know, what being empowered means, and being who you are, and not being afraid to be who you are. You know, we went out there, we auditioned, we had to find new faces. We found Nicole and Melody, who, you know, are beautiful girls, and, you know, amazing voices, and found Jessica and Ashley and Carmit and Kim. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. So anyway, that's the Pussycat Dolls, and I want to say thank you so much chocolate. This is for my mom, Brenda. Mom, I love you so much. Thank you.